Hello there, welcome to the Python programming video series. In this video, I will be talking about the Python interpreter. And before we start comparing Python interpreter download from developers and Anaconda, let's see a simple analogy so that we can understand better. Let's say you want to have a car, which is like your Python programming libraries and all everything, the entire ecosystem of programming. Where are you going to get it from? From the manufacturer. The same way, here this is the car or the truck you want to buy. So it's the bare bones, the core Python program that is provided by the Python developers. Like it doesn't have wheels, no steering, no customizations, nothing, but bare scaffold. After you get it, you have to choose the libraries that you want. Let's say pandas is one library, polars is another library, both do the same thing. Skykit is there, numpy is there. There are so many such libraries which you may need depending on which project you are working on. So in this case, this bare bone truck is the Python core interpreter. These wheels are like libraries. Maybe you need more libraries than this. Maybe you need matplotlib or seaborn. Matplotlib and seaborn are both plotting libraries. Maybe you need some other extra accessories. And finally, Anaconda is the one that comes pre-compiled with all the packages like this. So this is the truck that comes from Anaconda. You may or may not need all those libraries, but it comes with pre-packaged with all those libraries. So it is relatively heavy in the terms of memory and also in terms of number of libraries. Either you go with Python interpreter from developers, which is bare bones, and then use a package manager. pip is the Python package manager, which will bring all these libraries from the repository and install it for you. Or you directly go to Anaconda, get a pre-packaged version of Python. Once again, the interesting thing here is Anaconda did not do any Python thing. Python library is developed by the developers. They used that same one and they attached all compatible libraries with it. So they took care of that compatibility issues. You don't have to worry which wheel will fit the truck. Is it compatible or not? Sometimes it may not fit. So Anaconda people, they take care of those things. Now, since we are done with this kind of comparison, which one should you go with? Up to you. Either you go with Python interpreter from developers and install all the libraries individually using the pip, or you go with Anaconda, be done with it, and you need updates of the libraries by Anaconda provides you the commands. I will show you both the approaches so that you can go ahead with whichever approach you like. Personally, I suggest you go with Anaconda because not only for Python development, so many associated libraries have complicated installation mechanisms, especially when it comes to deep learning, NVIDIA driver installations, or any such thing. Many things, the Anaconda automated all these installations so that you don't have to worry about setting up, importing, installation, and all that stuff. So down the line, eventually, Anaconda will feel very comfortable because it automated so many complex library installations, whereas Python interpreter from developer is all, it's like lightweight. If you don't have enough space, go with the lightweight approach. So go to any web browser, just type Python, download. Now this first link itself is from the developers. As you can see, this interpreter is available for Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac, Android, and so on and so forth. Now just click on this download Python install manager. It will download. See, as you can see, it's only 43.9 MB, means pretty lightweight. Once you click on it, it will ask for you to give some instructions and then just say yes and then be done with it. It is asking if I want to open any aliases. I will say no. It is asking if it should add the installation address to the path. I will show you what it is, because after we install Anaconda, we can distinguish that we can have both installed at the same time, and you can customize which version you want to use or which Python you want to use. So I will say yes for now, because for Anaconda we will be setting the path so that you know how to customize it. So once I say yes, you remember this path. C users, this is where the installation is going to be done, in the bin folder of this particular path, and this particular location is going to be added to path variable of the Windows. We will see all those things slowly. C Python, if you want to install, fine. So it is installing version 3.14.2. I don't need any online help, so I'm saying no, and then done. Close this window. Let's check if our installation is successful or not. CMD, which will bring up the command prompt. Just type Python. Okay, now the problem here is it is not able to find where Python is. We told it to add the particular location to the path of the Windows, path variable of Windows, yet it is not able to find. Let's correct that. How to correct it? Just open your file explorer, right click on this PC and go to properties. At this properties, you need to adjust the path variable of the Windows. Just type environment and it will show two different options, for the system or for your account. If you want to change it for the system, it will be reflecting for all the users. If you change it only for your account, it will be reflecting only in your account. Okay, now here once I click OK, it is showing up all these options. I want to edit the path variable, so PATH, this is the variable I want to edit. Now as you can see, the installation location C users nbrk python bin, it is there, but still when I'm giving Python command in the command prompt, it is not able to pick up. That's because this path variable, if you imagine as a person, this guy will look in this address, whatever addresses you mention here, one after another. Since this guy is looking at the first location, he could not find Python there. So what he does, he activates the Windows apps if he cannot find that command. But our Python is installed in this location. All we need to do is put it on the top. So select it and click move up. Now it is the first location that will be searched by this path variable. Means our path guy will go to this location first. Is Python there? Yes. You want to see? Let's see. What is the location? C users nbrk YouTube app data local Python bin. Okay. Now keep it aside. Okay. C in that users. Where is this user? C user. And then app data. Where is app data? It is not visible because these files are hidden. So show hidden files. Once I show hidden files, you see this app data folder. In this app data folder, local Python bin. See Python, it is there. So all we need to do is look at this location. We are adding this path where you have all the executable Python, Python 3.14, Python 3, Python W are stored in this particular location, and the path of that location is this, nothing but this. So once we say OK and then click OK, then only it will be saved. See, 3.14, the version we installed. For now, let's exit this. Python ---- list. This is located in C users nbrk YouTube app data local Python, and then this is the application that it is calling. So far, so good. So that is the path variable. If you set it, it will look there. Once it is found, it will exit from search and then it will execute the command. And since you are calling that Python, it is called from there, and then you got the Python interpreter fired up. this is done. You are having Python interpreter available for you to run. Next is Anaconda. Let's download Anaconda download. Select this first option, anaconda.com download. Once you go here, it will be asking you for selecting these terms and conditions and all. Let's say get started. Once you sign up and all, it will be ready for download. So Windows, Mac and Linux. Since we are in Windows, I'm selecting Windows and then I'll be downloading this. As you can see, it is pre-compiled with 8000 plus libraries. Miniconda is a toned down version, bit smaller than Anaconda. As you can see, 1.1 GB, whereas the Python package from the developers is only 43.9 MB. Let it download. Once it is downloaded, I will show you how to install it. Our download is done. As you can see, it's almost 22 times bigger than the interpreter from Python developers. Whereas Anaconda, it comes with almost 1800 plus libraries. That's why it is 1.1 GB. Click on that file. We'll open up the installation window. Give it a minute because it's a large file. It will take time depending on how fast your system is. But it will be done in like less than 15 minutes, not too much. It is extracting. Just go with the prompts next. I agree. Just me, that is better. And then this is the installation location. C users NBR YouTube, and it is going to create. As you can see, it is going to take almost 6 GB of space. The installer is 1.1 GB and it is going to take 6.1 GB of space. Okay, go ahead. And then add installation to my path environment variable. The environment variable we just saw, we are not going to add because it is not recommended. Somehow they are not recommending that. So what we are going to do is we are not going to select that. Create shortcuts and all, that's a different story. You leave it as is. Okay, and then just say install. Now if you click the show details, depending on how fast your system is, the time to install will be varying. In my system I have a SSD, so it could be a bit faster. If you have hard drive, it will take a lot of time. Finally installation is done. It took a while, more than I expected. Next, and then we don't need navigator and welcome screens, so I'm finishing it. Now open the command prompt to check if it is installed or not, but it should not be found because we haven't set the path yet. Python, see, it is still pointing to our previous installation, not to the Anaconda installation. We installed it in NBRK YouTube program files and then Anaconda 3 or something, but this one is app data local Python and all. Now let's set the path and come back here. So how do we go about it? Right click, properties. Here you will select environment variables and then for your account, path, edit. See, Anaconda path is not here, that's why it is not able to find it. Where did we install? Let's see. C drive, NBRK YouTube, Anaconda 3, and then it have Conda bin, this folder itself. So in Conda bin we have Conda, deactivate and some other Anaconda related commands. And we have to add this path as well because our Python is over here. So if you click here, you see C users, the path is there. All you need to do is Control C, it will copy that path. So click new here and then paste. Okay, now here it can find all those that are here. Python is here, but if I want to call Conda, activate and all these, they are in a different location. They are in the folder in this particular location, Anaconda 3 followed by another folder. So this path variables, they don't search in the folders that are part of this location. They only search in that particular folder and then give up. That's because if it keeps searching all these subfolders, it will take forever. So it won't search like that. If we want the path variable to, or the windows to search in this location also, we have to add it like this. New add. So Anaconda 3, it will look for all the applications that are there, executable ones, followed by conda bin. Now as we discussed in the previous few minutes ago, it will search in the first location, followed by second location, followed by third, followed by fourth. Since Anaconda 3 is present in the last, it will be pulling up this Python, which is from the Python developers every time. If you want to adjust that, all we need to do is move it up. Select that, move it up. And then select this, move it up. So first location it will be searching for is in the Anaconda 3 folder. Python is there. So it will pull that Python for us. Followed by conda bin. In conda bin we have conda and all those commands. So it will go there, pull up all the commands that are present here. And if it is not found in these two locations, then it will go to the third location. Let's see if it is the same or not. Click OK, OK. You have to click OK so that the changes will be effective. Now CMD is open. Just say Python. If you remember, the one we installed from the developers is 3.14. But now, as you can see, packaged by Anaconda. This is not the one from the developers. This is the one that we installed from the Anaconda. So far so good. Let's exit this. Just search for conda. Yes, conda is available, and all these are the commands that comes with conda. Now, if you give this conda update minus all, it will update all the packages from all the channels. We will discuss what channels are, how to update specific libraries, how to create virtual environments. Eventually, we will be doing Python programming also. But before we go into Python programming, why are we doing all this? All this you are supposed to be aware of. You should know. Otherwise, at one or the other point of time, you may face these issues. So it's not just typing the program. You need to know how to set up the environment, how the entire ecosystem of programming works. Okay, that's why we are discussing all this. Once we are done with this, maybe in one more video we will select the editors, set up everything, and we are good to go with Python programming. So these are like setting up the environment for our programming. Okay, so bear with me. So I click yes, and then you see all these libraries. These are all the libraries that they have updated, maybe versions or not. They did not develop this. Developers are developing. Only thing is they are picking up the versions, selected versions that are compatible with the Python core, which is in this case 3.13. And if they change the Python core to some other 3.14, you can have another version of Python also. We will see that as well later on. For now, let's update this, and then we can proceed ahead with the checking of environments and all that stuff. Let's say they developed this package 1 month ago, or they made this package 1 month ago. Within this 1 month, they changed all these versions of the packages that they listed there, and we are updating it. Another interesting point here is the default environment they provide through Anaconda is called base, and we are updating it. Another interesting point here is the default environment they provide through Anaconda is called base environment. So by default, you will be logging into or invoking the base environment based setup. Means consider it like rooms. Each environment is like one room. You have Python in this room, which is one version. You have Python in another room, which is another virtual environment, which could be another version. Why do we need to have multiple versions? Let's say you are working on one project today, or you worked on one project 5 years ago. 5 years ago, Python 2 was there, Python 3 was not there, most likely. So all your libraries and everything is based on Python 2. Since Python developers upgraded everything, they released a major version, which is Python 3. Now, if you want to work on the project that you abandoned or completed a few years ago, you still want to use Python version 2. That means your system should have both Python 2 and Python 3 so that you can work on your previous project's data or some libraries or some software that depend on Python 2 and on the latest project which uses Python 3. We will see how to have multiple versions of Python soon. Okay. Okay, good. Now if I say conda activate, see the terminal, now it is changed to base version. Okay, so base is the default environment for Anaconda. Can I create my own environments? Yes. How to create? Conda create -n. Let's say YouTube is the environment's name. Once I say that, it will ask me to confirm the location and other stuff. So conda create -n. -n stands for name. YouTube is the name I chose. You can choose any name you want. Once that environment is created, you can switch between environments. Like you are moving between rooms. You are in one room and you have specific libraries in that room. Then you move to another room. So since these rooms are isolated, you are not messing up the environment of one project by installing some libraries. The other libraries and all in the other room, they are independent. These libraries cannot interfere with the libraries in the other room. That way, you can install anything you want without spoiling the environment set for another project. So it is saying it will be installing this YouTube environment in the folder called environments, envs. I will say yes. Now it is saying if you want to activate YouTube, use the command conda activate YouTube like this. Once you are in it, you can deactivate by exiting the room. Means if you want to enter the room where all these custom libraries will be available, how do you? By saying this command conda activate YouTube. Now observe this beginning of the terminal command prompt. It switched from base to YouTube. So if I want to install some package, conda install Python. So Python is not yet there. Means it will call from the base channel, but I want to have it to have its own Python version. Since I said install Python, it is showing me it will be installing Python 3.14, which is the latest version. By default, if you remember, it is Python 3.13 that is being shown by Anaconda. After update, we haven't checked. So when I'm asking it to install Python in this YouTube environment, it is going to pull Python 3.14.2 and then associated libraries like this. Let's say yes. So it is going to install all these packages in an isolated environment. This environment is separate from base environment. You can have any number of environments. I will show you how to check how many environments are there, what are the names of the environments and all. So if you want to check the environments that are there, conda it will show you what are the environments you have available, and the star mark will tell which environment you are in. Let's switch the environment. Conda activate base. Now we will be going into base environment. See, you moved from YouTube to base. Now give the same command again. Conda info. Now see, the star mark was in YouTube before. Since we change it to base now the star mark is next to the base. So like this, you can have multiple environments and multiple different versions of libraries. Let's check the Python version in this one, 3.13. Okay, Anaconda activate YouTube. 3.14. This is minor version revision. Python 3, Python 2, these are major version revisions. Means the code that you developed in Python 2 will not work with Python 3. Whereas the code that is developed for Python 3.13 and 3.14 will work most likely. Okay, these are minor version revisions. Means there will be no compatibility problem for the script you have developed based on 3.13 and 3.14. But if you want to use the code that is developed in Python 2, it will not work with Python 3. Okay, let's say you want to install Python 2. How do you do that? So it is going to create an environment called old Python, and I asked it to install Python 2. Let's see what it will install. It is going to install Python 2.7. That's the latest update or latest version that it can support. You can have other version also if it is supported. You can list the versions available, but for now, let me create this environment with Python 2.7, and I named it Old Python, the environment name. See, the name is Old Python. So I'm okay with that location, and it is going to install Python 2.7. Now Conda activate old Python, Python minus version 2.7.18, and Conda activate YouTube, which is 3.14. Conda activate base, As you can see, we just had three independent environments, each having a different version of Python. Each version of Python will have its compatible libraries. Anaconda took care of it. That's how Anaconda helps us. So with this, we are done with installing the Python interpreter, one from developers, another from Anaconda. We have also seen how to prioritize which Python version we want to call by setting the Windows path variable. In Linux also similar thing exists. The path variable exists, but for now we won't be touching Linux because you will be confused between Windows, Linux and all this. We will be going with Windows for now. All the things that are related to Linux, I will create separate videos for that. Okay, all the best. We are done installing the Python interpreter, and we will be going into the next video where we will be setting up the editors.